So welcome. Greetings and welcome. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. Uncensored. Every country, you have to deal with rejects. You have to deal with outcasts. You have to deal with the dunce in the classroom who only attend school because their parents don't want them to be at home. And they attend school to show whoever that they have somewhere to go, they have a destination at the end of the day, but they're useless. They are wasting their parents' breakfast in the morning. They're wasting their parents' lunch. They're wasting their parents' bus money and sweetie money, sending them to school. But as parents, if your child is a dunce, that's a product of you. You produce them. You raise them. So if they're a dunce, if they're criminals, if they are lunatics, if they are vagabonds, if they are social rejects, if they are the class clown, if they are any of that, you have to empathize with your child. After all, the hand that rocks the cradle shapes the world. So all of these rejects that wasted time in school and they grew up to experience what it's like to be a grown-ass fool, they're not only a disgrace to their parents, but they are regret for their parents. Let me explain. They say you make the child, but you don't make their mind. No. You make the child, the mind is included. A child isn't born without the mind, without the brain. So you make the brain. You also are the one who has the first access to whatever you instill, whatever you program into that child. You, the mother, or the father, or whoever the persons are, it is from your hands, your lips, that has the first impression on the mind of the child. And what is the mind of the child? The mind of the child is the child's personality, conscious personality. That's what you mold. So, yes, you make the child with the brain, but you mold, you train, you indoctrinate the mind of the child. So whatever seed of information you plant, you cultivate it in the mind of the baby by what the child sees and hears in his and her immediate environment. That is what is going to program the mind of the child. So, in essence, yes, you do make the mind of the child. You make the brain and the mind because you program it. So when that child is programmed as an innocent kid with a brain that is a sponge that is lusting for information, just crying and the hunger for information, and the people who put that information there, that resulted in the way the child walks, talks, behaves, sits, stands, interacts with other people, speaks, those people are responsible for whatever that child grows up to become. Those people. So while we say the child, when he or she is an adult, need to take responsibility for their actions, the only consciousness they have, their only available information they have in order as to how to adapt, how to integrate themselves, how to be a part of society is how they were molded to be. They can't do anything else out of the training, the nurturing, and the information that came to them from their parents, grandparents, immediate environment. They can't do anything else out of that. So when they grow up to become criminals, liars, thieves, murderers, drug addicts, prostitutes, homosexuals, lesbians, when they grew up to take that direction consciously in their lives, look at the environment that produced them. Not just the neighborhood. Don't stop there. Go to the homes of their mothers and fathers, where they were given birth to, where they spent their first 6 years of their lives. Check that place out. And all your answers are there. All your why, how could he, these people, oh my gosh, unbelievable. All of that can be sorted out when you visit where that grown-ass person spent the first 6 years of his or her life and who shaped them. They're the real criminals. They don't have a choice. This is why there is no rehabilitation for criminals. It's not possible. Nothing is accidental. They don't just commit crime because they just feel like doing it. No. They are programmed to be criminals. These women don't just go, what they call it, picking a fare, or they don't just prostitute themselves. They don't go having sex for money because they feel like it. No. They were raised like that. A man don't just take a weapon and harm a woman, hurt a woman, kill somebody else. No. Check out his background. Check out his parents. Check out the environment he came from, the household he came from. That's where the criminality started. That's where the prostitution started. That's where the lies and the thievery started. So these people, there are no rehabilitation for them. When you catch them, you have to end them. No rehabilitation. There is no sorry, it won't happen again. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That shit don't work. Nothing is accidental. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Now, why I'm saying that? There's always a reason when I make certain points. Why I'm saying that? Examine, examine these so-called Afro-Guyanese ghettos. Examine it. Look at the older folks in those ghettos. The grandmother, the grandfathers, look at them. Check their background. I am sure that many of them lived a life of criminality, prostitution. They were toxic to society. They were failures and losers and vagabonds. And I am sure many of them, 80% of the seniors in the ghetto, lived a life of destruction, poor production, and social ills. And those seniors have children that they would have raised. Their children produce children. You have 3 generations of fuck-ups in the Afro-Guyanese ghettos in Guyana. 3 generations, from the Barnum era to now, of fuck-ups. So when you see there seem to be an unstoppable stream of violence, 2025, and you see them, the way they behave, the way they speak, and you question, with all these opportunities, our society has advanced. People are more conscious now. The internet, so much training is available. All these churches, all these social groups, all these people who are coming out and are advising the youths to just do this, do that, be this, be that, and still, they get worse and worse and fucking worse. No reformation possible. Why? Is because these niggas were raised by niggas who were programmed in the racist, murderous, corrupt, poverty-stricken regime of Barnum. And all they had as a doctrine of family life education is what Barnum passed on to them, that they need to pass on to their children, and then their children pass it on to their children. Hence, today, we have 12-year-old and 15-year-old black kids in Guyana who are criminals because they're still receiving their indoctrination with a modern twist from their parents, from the ghetto that they belong to, from the corner shop that they go and they lime and they sit and they listen to these old failures who sit there with their rum and dominoes and they're talking about the things they used to do in the Barnum time. How they got away with crime, how they got away with murder, how much time they spent in prison, what they did, how to trick women, how to pickpocket, how to break into someone's home, how to kill without getting caught. These are the conversations these niggas are having at the corner shop, and these little boys who have no other example because their parents, their grandparents are the same lowlifes. They're thinking, well, we can try that thing that big man is talking about. And when they try it, bam, they get shot, arrested, thrown in prison. And the same hands that rock the cradle comes out justice for this and justice for that and justice for this. The Ali government is racist against black people. The Ali government is this. Therein we have what we have today. Are there programs that can reform these people? No. Am I suggesting that they are beyond repair? They're not beyond repair. They were never repairable. Ever. For you to repair them, you have to get them from the mother when she pushed them out in the hospital. You have to take them then. You can't give the parents for them to have them for a while. 6 years, 7, no. Damage is done. So now that they're adults, and the things they are doing that shocks a lot of you, how can these blacks be like this? Oh my gosh, why can they be like these blacks? Why can they be like these blacks? You wonder. Well, now I'm telling you why they can't. Two different sets of people. They may resemble each other in terms of complexion, in terms of biological, characteristics, but that's it. They have the different mindset, brain set, and they function different. So the blacks in the ghetto can't be reformed. They can't. You have to treat them at arm's length. You have to feed them with a stick. That's how you have to deal with the ghetto. Feed them with a stick. You go in the ghetto, they will do what they do best. Jump at you. But if you're constantly feeding them, you can tame them. They would stay tame because you're feeding them. But stop feeding them and see what happens. That's irreparable. How many churches are there in the ghettos? How many? They have more churches in the ghettos than in other parts of the country. More churches. But what do? The churches take advantage of that situation and they keep the people like that in order to have them coming to the church in the hopes that they'll have some miracle and overnight their lives will be changed. The churches want them to be like that, to sell the false hope. But the other neighborhoods, you don't find that. There isn't any. Now put Indo-Guyanese, even Chinese, to live in the ghetto, raise their kids in the ghetto, and watch the results. Watch the results. Unless you take a DNA test, it will be impossible to tell that that's an Indian kid or a Chinese kid. They all come out with the same orientation as the thugs and the lowlife and the scraps and the vagabonds, all of them. Is the nurturing of the ghetto that's poisonous to society. That is what has poisoned and continued to poison the Guyanese society. And one of the most dangerous practices, one of the most dangerous practices of the ghetto is obeah. Obeah. Every ghetto across the country, you can find obeah houses. Every ghetto. And the obeah man or woman always appear to be humble and poor in the ghetto, but follow them out of the ghetto and see where they actually live. Mansion in some suburb, but in the ghetto, where they fleece those confused, distracted people, they pretend that they're like them. But like the churches, the Obia houses exploit these people the same way the churches do. And who is tasked? Who is tasked with the responsibility to do the impossible? Who? Can you figure it out? Do you know where I'm going with this? If you know how my mind works, then you are a good follower. Then you're a good fan. It means you're in my head. I'll save you the trouble. I know you might be thinking about it, but you're not certain, so you don't want to type it. So when I'm saying it now, you would say, shit, I should have typed it. I know exactly he was going to say that. Well, this is what I was going to say. The people who is tasked with the responsibility to fix the fuck-ups in the ghetto is the government. The government. And guess what? Guess what? Let me tell you something. The government, right now, don't worry about the PNC government when they were in power. The PNC Congress place is a fucking ghetto by itself. The whole PNC organization is the people I'm referring to that fuck up the ghetto. They are the ghetto that fucks up the ghetto. So I'm talking about them from the get-go, not ghetto, get-go. From the genesis of modern Guyana, the people who have always taken on this enormous task in reforming, fixing, helping, saving, fucking redeeming, even praying for the ghetto are the Indo-Guyanese PPP civic or the president. From Chedi to Janet to Jagdio, Ramatar, and now Ali. And Ali is going over fucking board with it. He is now the godfather of the ghetto. He is the Jesus, that the second coming to go save the ghetto. Ali is, yes. I think it suits him because he has the beard and little white stuff, except for the glasses. But technically speaking, if you think of Ali, you close your eyes, you think you're looking at Jesus. Oh my God, the second coming of Christ to save the ghetto. Yes, from fucking 2020, that's all he's been doing. Trying to save, trying to reform, trying to establish, trying to bail out, trying to modernize the ghetto. President Ali, that is what he has been trying to do. And boy, he meets some opposition. Hence, I say, it is impossible to reform the ghetto or people of the ghetto. It is impossible to reform them. They, as individuals, must pursue it. They must acknowledge that they have a problem. They live amongst problems. They want to come out of her. They want to be delivered. They have to take the initiative. They have to pursue the path to enlightenment, to deliverance, to freedom. They have to do it. Then you can trust them. But if you go force freedom on them, if you go and try to bribe them to help them. They will just take your gifts. They'll pretend that they want help. They'll pretend that they like you. They'll pretend that, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord, for this person. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm happy. Oh, pretend. And when the funds dry up and you tell them, hey, now you have to now take it over. You have to now continue the path. I've set the platform. I've given you a break. Now you have to continue. Oh no. Mm-mm. Fuck no. They feel betrayed. They feel betrayed. They will tell you, take me the fuck back to the ghetto and you better undo all them shit you do because if you think I'm going in that, you gotta be out your fucking mind. No, you gotta take them the fuck back to the ghetto and compensate them for the stress you caused trying to help them. Oh yes. Oh yes. So this is why I'm saying you have to just leave them. Leave them and let them be self-motivated to come out and want to do better with their lives. You have to leave them. I say this again before I move on to my next point. I say this again. What I've just talked about there, I'm sure a lot of you follow a lot of these so-called influencers, so-called podcasters, and all these idiots. Have you ever heard any of them deliberate on these issues to this magnitude? They are fucking capable of such thoughts, articulation, incapable. The only thing they can do and has been doing is pulling information from here and there and getting somebody to leak some lie to them, and they repeat it in their own words to confuse some of you, the idiots, as to, oh my gosh, she is exposing corruption in the government. He is exposing corruption in the government. That's what they do. That's all they do. If there is no information for them to leak and pretend they are bossing whatever, they can't come in front of the camera. They have no platform. They're numb as ever. They can't talk. They're brainless. Now, why is it that I am this way? Not because I'm learned, not because I'm a scholar, not because I'm smart. No, there are lots of people who are smart, they're scholars, but they can't speak, they can't open their mouth. Why? Because I am one of the Negroes that was nurtured by the best. Meaning, my biological mother, who is extremely smart, academically smart, former teacher, my biological father, who was in the joint services, and my Indo-Guyanese father and Indo-Guyanese mother, who were scholars. He was a cop and she was a scholar. She used to write. And very religious. Those are the hands that rock to the cradle, that program my mind. Those people. So today, I knew since then where I need to put my focus, what path I need to walk, and how I should make my political choices. because they set the foundation, the basis. You understand? So anything else would not find favor in my mind. It filters bullshit. It filters skullduggery. It filters mediocrity. It filters all of that. So the only path since then, since they allow me to step out into the world because they thought, okay, you're now prepared, you can face the world. The first impression was Chetty Jagan. I immediately, when I heard the sound of his voice, when I listened to his speeches over the radio, when I had the opportunity to see him on television, when I heard the way he talked about the Guyanese people standing independent, being independent, the working class, when I heard all of that as a kid, I immediately fell in love with Chetty. I'm like, I want to be like him. Yeah, I want to be like him. From then to now, I've always only followed the path of the PPP Civic because I was not touched by the fucking ghetto. I was touched by the gods and the goddesses and the angels of the PPP. Those are the facts. So I can speak this way, be consistent for 20 years because I was nurtured by the talent of the PPP. That's why there's no corrupt trait in me. None. Clean as a whistle. Melissa Atwell, Mark Benchcombe, Rickford Smirk, and all of these other PNC pundits and lie givers, all of them, you have to visit their beginnings. They were raised by crooks and criminals in the ghetto. They were nurtured by racist PNC family and parents and grandparents. They were given an identity that everybody else is a threat. Even the people who looks like you. If you cannot take advantage of another black person, then you shouldn't trust them. Those are the way they were programmed. And if you cannot exploit, if you cannot abuse an Indo-Guyanese, stay away from them. Those are the way they were raised. So today, as adults, what you're seeing from them is what you can get. They have nothing else to offer. Nothing else. Their mind was nurtured by Bornamites, racist, murderous Bornamites. Despite the fact that the PNC party has never done anything for them. They lived their lives in the past on the sponsorship of kind-hearted Indo-Guyanese. But like I said, they were raised to only trust an Indo-Guyanese that they can exploit, they can abuse. If they can't abuse an Indo-Guyanese, they can't exploit an Indo-Guyanese, then that person is a racist. Keep far from them. Protect the other black people against them. And when it comes to black people like themselves, if they can't take advantage of other black people, then you don't consider them the same. Then maybe they are PPP people. Maybe they are outsiders. Maybe they are what do you call it? House slaves. Yeah. These are the Melly Mel's and the others. That's how they're programmed. This is why women like that, Indo-Guyanese men, has to pay more to fuck them. But the black men, they give it for cheap. They take advantage of the patronage of Indo-Guyanese men. I mean, those fucking losers who want to fuck those women. You know what? It's good. If the Indo-Guyanese man can want to use his money to pay people like Smelly and these people to fuck them, then whatever happens to them is good. She has a right to treat them that way. It's good. You should pay your own women. Pussy is pussy. Ain't no black pussy and Indo pussy and no. Pussy is pussy. Trust me. They're all tight. And when they come, they get dry. You gotta keep fucking for it to get wet again. So pussy is pussy. The difference is, it's the personality behind the pussy that makes it sweet or sour. Because if the personality behind the pussy is from the ghetto, then the pussy will stink. Yeah. Stink. Diseased. So the mere looks of the woman, you can tell that's a nasty pussy there. Don't even go there. But if the pussy is not from the ghetto, from a nice neighborhood, educated, independent, smart, decent, then you don't have to worry. You know that's a clean pussy. And it's going to be tight. Because girls like that take pride in their pussy. They ain't jumping in any, they don't have any and all Tom, Dick, and Sunil jumping in. No. Oh, fuck no. But ask Smelly Well how many return dick she has. How many come back for a second time? Ask her. Ask her. Most guys don't return the second time. They're like, fuck, for my money, that? Oh shit, hell no. Now, don't waste your emotions getting angry with Smelly Well and those other fator. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your emotions. You want to get angry, fellas? Fellas, you want to get angry? Get angry with your girlfriend when she comes and she tells you she's done. And she don't want to continue fucking because she's like, I'm done. You should have come to. Get angry for that. And the next time, when she tells you, well, aren't you gonna eat my pussy? Say no, bitch, no, I eat your pussy, you come, you're done. I'm left unfinished. So we gotta fuck. And if we fucking, you better be in it for a long ride because I don't give a fuck if you come. I am keeping it. That's the angry. I ain't saying anger that you want to hit her. No, not that stuff. And ladies, what you should get angry for is if the man forgets your birthday. Yes, if he forgets your birthday, that's what you get angry for. You also get angry if he decides to fuck and he comes within a minute and then he turns over and say, well, baby, we'll continue the next time. Say, no, brother, eat the pussy. You come, right? Yeah, baby, it was so sweet I couldn't help it. Okay, good. Eat the pussy because I want to come too. If he doesn't do it, then you get angry. But not to hit him. Not to run off with some other Tom and say, "Hey Tom, my boyfriend and my husband, he comes too quick. He can't fuck me to make me come." No, not that anger. That is some bitch ass anger. Not that anger. I'm talking anger that you make the guy say, "Hey buddy, you gonna eat this pussy." But to Melly Swell and these lynch companies guys, don't use your emotions getting angry at these people. Like I said before, the hand that rocks the cradle produces what you get. These people are from the ghetto. You can't expect anything else than lies, crime, corruption, conspiracy, fake conspiracy, spreading of fake news propaganda, plotting, scamming, prostitution, down low homo stuff. That's all you can expect from those kinds of people. And now that elections is on the edge, on the schedule, they're going to pull out all this stuff they can find. They will do what the ghetto usually does. That's all they'll do. You're wasting your time. Now let me talk directly to Smelly Well. Directly to her. Where is the money? If Muhammad is that stupid to believe that you are so high profile that some immigration lawyer in America is going to charge you, fucking idiot, 35,000 American dollars for an immigration case that only had to do with you overstaying or some fake document, something like that. It's not that you committed a crime and you were arrested. It's not that you were found with drugs or illegal possessions and then they held you and no, none of that stuff. They held you because your documentation says that you overstayed, you're illegal in the country. That's it. And you're telling Muhammad that some lawyer charge you, a low life like you and nothing like you, 35,000 American dollars for a fucking immigration case? Really? And you have high profile people in the US, as in money people, who would have went backtrack and whatever it is, and they get held for immigration violations, and their lawyers, who know that they have money, only would take 10,000, 5 to 10,000, because of the details of the case and how difficult it would be. They only take that kind of money to get the people to stay pending the outcome of the court. 10,000, the most 10,000. Hardly 10,000. And a fucking low life like you, an unattractive, miserable low life like you, Meliswell, you are telling that other dumbass idiot, Azruddin Muhammad, that he should help you with 35,000 American dollars for your case, and your case probably only cost under 1,000. Under 1,000. It's easy to get the facts. Easy. Call the office of the lawyer. Because every case a lawyer takes, it has to go into the system. It has to go into the system. Because the lawyer has to pay taxes on whatever fees they charge their clients. They have to declare that. So it's easy to find out how much you actually pay the lawyer. It's not a hard job. And since you have made this claim, the lawyer probably would have contacted you already to say, hey, I need that 35,000. Since you said you paid it to me, then I want it. I need it. If not, I'll send the cops on you because you are committing another level of scamming using my name. Because the bar association can call me up for embezzlement. This is like money laundering because there are certain parameters that you can't exceed when it comes to certain cases. This is not a criminal case. This is an immigration case. So that lawyer can face certain questioning from their superiors. Hey, what are you doing? You're charging this poor corrupt woman $35,000 for a case, immigration case? The lawyer can face a lot of back shit for this. But the lawyer was not supposed to know. The lawyer was not supposed to know. This is supposed to be a scheme to embezzle money from that stupid idiot Muhammad. And she has no limit, man. What scared me is that how could she justify $35,000? How? You have people who commit crime in America, hit and run, burglary, even wounding somebody else, and the lawyer fee is not $35,000. Are you talking an immigration case? It's fucking $35,000. How did she come up with that figure? The only way she can pull off such a scam and got this Mohammed guy to wire the money is because she knows he's an idiot. He's a billionaire boy, man boy, who is stupid and is looking for attention. And the fact that he would stop at nothing to get all these niggers from the ghetto to talk for him, she could tell him $100,000 and he'll believe it. That's how you take advantage of weak-minded people. If he had worked hard for that money that he's throwing around, if he knew how the money came through hard work and sacrifice, he would never, regardless of sponsorship or not, he would fucking never send 35,000 American dollars to some bitch that he never fucked, who is not his side chick, not to pay down on a property, but to pay some immigration lawyer. He wouldn't do that. But because he is incapable of engaging that part of his brain that is rational, these niggas are taking advantage of him. That's exactly what they're doing. They're taking advantage of him, and because he thinks that they have this loud voice on the internet, their stories would be believable. Hence, you have to know and trust the messenger in order for you to believe the fucking message. If you don't know the messenger, and better yet, you don't trust the messenger, how the heck are you going to believe the message? Tell me how. What do religious people do? Before they give you the message of Jesus, they want to introduce Jesus to you. They want you to get to know this Jesus so you can trust this Jesus, and then they're going to give you the message that Jesus brought. Then it's easy for you to believe it. They don't skip all that stuff and bring the message to you. No. They want you to get to know the person. Then they'll get you to the message. Isn't that what your grandparents say? Take time to know her. It's not an overnight thing. Yes. Because when you know her, what do you know? What's knowledge of her? Knowledge of her is where she's from, her family upbringing, the way she was raised, her background. That's knowing her. When you get all that together, then you can listen to her. And based on what you know of her, you can determine, I can believe her or not. If she's from the ghetto, no matter what she says, you know it's a fucking lie. You can't believe it. So you have all of these unfortunate black people who are following this very lucky scammer, Melissa Satwell, and they have no idea who this person is. They believe her message. They trust her, but they don't know who she is, even though the facts are there about who she is. And look at her associations. Imagine the man that trusted her. She wants to scam and continue scamming. It doesn't matter how dumb Muhammad is. When he get to know that this is what this smelly woman did to him, well, he can't go to the cops. The most he can do is try to recover his money in some whatever form he can. But he can't make a report. He can't let this get out that he sent money to her. He has to find another way of getting his money. But the fact that she did it to him, you must know of all the other innocent black people that she has scammed, robbed, took advantage of in her life. So the best thing the Muhammad guy can do is to say it's karma. It's just 35,000. You discount 1,000. Let's give the lawyer 1,000. Let's give her that. 34,000. The smelly well woman scammed him. No, that's a lot of money. You know that. A lot of fucking money. You can buy a whole property with that. Yes, house and land. And based on her remarks, she don't have the money. She already gave it to the lawyer. We know she didn't give it to the lawyer, but the fact that she claims she don't have the money, I mean, how the fuck do you spend 34,000 American dollars in 2 months? How do you spend that? What are you, a drug addict? You pay men to fuck you? You gamble? You go to Las Vegas? Or you send the money back to build something in Guyana? How do you get rid of 34,000 American dollars in a short space of time? How is that even possible? How? Even if you're a drug addict, you got to be smoking a lot of fucking crack to finish that in that short time. So she's lying about not having any more money. She's lying. That's the money she's living off of right now. Paying bills, whatever it is, living fancy, typical blacks. That's the money she's living off. But the Americans have not visited her. They have not investigated this. Otherwise, we would see something circulating. But this is the kind of woman that a PNC has affiliated themselves with, the Mohammeds, and all these opposition people. They're feeding her the garbage for her to spill this garbage out to their kind, the Afro-Guyanese. And they're believing her garbage, forgetting that this messenger is the garbage. How can you trust that messenger enough to believe her message, to share it, circulate it? How? Then show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Then it means that like minds think alike. So all the people who are supporting this smelly well, who send money to her GoFundMe to get out of prison, and the fact that she got 35,000 from this Muhammad guy plus the GoFundMe money, man, she's rich. She's fucking rich, yeah. They were so stupid. And now that she's coming back with lies on lies on lies on lies, and they're still stuck on stupid, believing that bitch. Then it simply tells who her audience is. They are the same scums from the same ghettos that were raised by the same Burnham pirates. Same people. You can't expect better from them. They want that kind of toxicity. They need that negative feed to make them feel alive. They need that. There is nothing you can do. The normal Afro-Guyanese, the decent Afro-Guyanese, the Indo-Guyanese, the Chinese population, the European, there's nothing you can do to help these Negroes. Nothing. Leave them. They are happy in misery. They are happy in misery. The PNC is their religion. Barnum is their God. Aubrey Norton is their bishop. And people like Meliwell is their prophetess. Benchcop is their pastor. Burke is their bishop. Yeah, it's a religion. They are happy with that. Leave them the fuck alone. President Ali, yes, you are a good guy. You want the best for the country. Jack Dio is a lover of black people. I get all of that stuff, but please, you would spend years and billions of dollars trying to help these Negroes, trying to develop them as individuals. They're going to take your money, eat your food, and still cost you. Because that's how they are programmed. The best you can do, President Ali, is to just use the money, use the resources to develop the entire country. Region after region, village after village, street after street. Fuck the houses. You're building housing scheme, you distribute it to whoever comes. You haven't been the one who created the ghetto. Black people created ghetto because they click together. The lazy ones move where the lazy ones are. The ones who are progressive move towards a more progressive society. They move into neighborhoods where they're more Indo-Guyanese, mixed races. But the Africans who are lazy, destructive, criminal-minded, and ghetto-oriented, they move deeper and deeper into the jungle where they can find other blacks who are lazy and junkie and ex-convicts and criminals. They want to be in that group. So they have an excuse to be lazy. The more progressive blacks, they get out of that. They don't want to be seen there. They want to go live somewhere else where people are trying and fighting and rising and building. That's what they want. So focus on those people. Those blacks are in the PPP. They're in your party. They don't want associations with anything bad and nasty. They freed themselves. Focus on them. Let Norton try with them other niggas. Fuck, man. Muhammad knows why he's mixing with these people. They have to protect him. Or maybe he's counting the cost. Because after the elections, he needs to go somewhere. Can't stay in Guyana. So Maduro might protect him, but he forgot, he's not reading. Or maybe they should tell him that there is a bounty. There is a bounty. How much is it? 50 million American dollars? Yes. There is a bounty, 50 million American dollars for Maduro to capture him. The Americans put out a bounty on fucking Maduro to arrest him, to get him. They want him. I told you Trump is going to get him. Trump is going to get him. So if Muhammad thinks that he can get sanctuary in Venezuela under Maduro after the elections in Guyana, yes, you will. You know what? You will. Azrin Mohammed and the people of Azrin Mohammed, tell your boss to go to Venezuela. He will find sanctuary there. Maduro will give him whatever land he needs. He can build his mansion there and he can live free away from the law. Maduro would not send him back to Guyana to face justice, or he would not be extradited to America. So he can go. Tell him to go there. I don't even know. I don't know that you need a visa to go to Venezuela. I don't know. I have to check. But if you do, just cross the border. He has money. Why you need a visa? You know there are a lot of corrupt people there. You own the police force. You said that, right, Azrin? You own the Guyana police force. They would all vote for you. So if you drive across the border without papers, going to Venezuela, who is going to stop you? I mean, all these friends of yours, with this Baksh guy who gave out this revelation, you did business with Venezuela, smuggling gold and all those kinds of stuff. So you guys know each other. You know the military there, those corrupt officers. You know each other. So they wouldn't stop you. They'll welcome you. Come, Muhammad, come here. We can treat you better. Come here. Yeah. Go to Venezuela. Just go to Venezuela. Azrin, go to Venezuela. Move over. Sell your property. Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, you can. Can he sell his property? Can he sell his property? He can. I think you can. You can sell all your property. Sell them cheap cars or give it to the GRA. Say, hey, I'm paying my taxes. Take the cars. And just go with your money to Venezuela. Maduro is going to welcome you in his palace. You guys can be buddies. Go there. And when Trump sent his boys to take Maduro, they'll leave you alone. They'll say, oh, you're the guy, the sanctioned guy from Ghana. Oh, okay, well, we don't want you. We are here for you. But we can escort you back to your country. We can escort you back to your country. But we came from Maduro. Since we have him, they'll tell the special forces, you know what? Drop him off at the CID headquarters. Not Soku, not Soku. Soku is fucked up, not Soku. Drop him off at the CID headquarters in Guyana and let's go the fuck back to America with Maduro. We came for him and we got him. Let's leave. So, Azrin, go to Venezuela. But get your money from Smellywell first. $34,000. You can bribe them guys on your way. You need the money. Trust me. I don't know any Indo-Guyanese that gives away that kind of money for nothing. None. If you are paying for pussy, Azrin, if you are paying for pussy, and you're saying that the cost of Smellywell's pussy is $35,000. If that's what you are saying, I have to change my opinion of her. I have to do a 360 fucking degrees turn on the things I've said about her. Because if that pussy is that expensive, you got some pedophile tendencies, man. Yeah, for an old ass, battered, fucking fish tank pussy like that, costs 35,000 American dollars. You have some pedophile fucking tendencies, Muhammad. If you're gonna lose that kind of money and say, well, pussy is worth it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Your uncle was right. You're a fucking idiot. Then you confirm that you're an idiot. If it's money laundering, you're in trouble. And I want to emphasize the banks that were responsible, or whatever courier that was responsible for transferring that amount of money, they should face sanctions. All the participants that partook in the exchange must face sanctions. Everybody, because they broke the law. So, look, all of these points are necessary because to the innocent folks who are following all these developments, they must understand that you must not get consumed with what you see online and who it's coming from. Don't get consumed by it. Don't get carried away. There is an agenda. There are always bigger forces behind that. And the forces behind the Smelly Wells and these other people are the opposition parties in Guyana. They use all their resources at their disposal to make the government, the sitting government, the Ali government, looks like they're incompetent, corrupt, incapable, and a danger to Guyana's future. Therein to reduce the government's chances of a re-election. You can't get caught up in that. Trust your messenger first before you take the time to listen to their message and decide whether to believe it or not. I am one of the messengers, a self-appointed messenger. Ali didn't call me. Nobody from the PPP called me and say, Doc, can you speak on our behalf? Nobody did. This is all voluntary. All my life, I stood up for the PPP because that's where Guyana should go. Believe me, investigate my background, my upbringing, know who I am, trust me, believe my message. And my message has always been consistent. I am telling you, the Guyanese people, Guyana will cease to exist. Literally cease to exist if anybody like Aubrey Norton fills the seat of government. And if Guyana ceases to exist, you will cease to exist. You can't afford to start over now. Not in this time where the world is so hard. Everywhere in the world is hard. And trust me, America is the hardest place to live. So if you're planning on running there, you better go to some other country. If Aubrey Norton and the PNC get into power, your life as you know it right now, that path to progress, that continuity that you find yourself, will stop, not pause, stop, end. And there will never again be another chance for the PPP to stay in government. Never again. You want to take that risk? You want to believe these things from these people? You want to risk your vote and see Norton in power? And to have people like Melly Mel be your ambassador to the United States, and Mark Benchcup, your Home Affairs Minister, and Rickford Burke, your Health Minister, you want those guys? Go ahead. Vote for the PNC. I'm telling you. The same way I'm telling Ashruddin Mohammed to go to Venezuela, I'm telling you, black people, vote for the PNC. Go ahead. Vote for them. The Indo-Guyanese will survive. They survived during the Barnum time. Remember that, right? Your family didn't survive. The Indo-Guyanese will survive. They're going to hold back on their money, on their investment. Who is going to furnish the economy? Who's going to serve the economy? Because black people don't have money. The PNC has no money. So what's going to happen? The PNC will have to find a way to earn money. And they're going to tenfold your taxes. They're going to raise your taxes 10 times to get the money that you're saving from now, the PNC, the PVP money that you're getting, all them nice salary and all those grants and all. Yeah, the money you're saving, keep saving it and vote for Norton. That's the money he will target, because all the Indo-Guyanese will pause their investment. The economy will stop. No money will be generating. And all them oil companies will leave, because the PNC equals Ashruddin Mohammed, equals all the sanctioned people, all the corrupt people, all those people you see coming out now and talking about this and that, but this Bash guy and these Travis Chase with these interviews, all of them are PNC. So when the PNC get involved, they are coming back. All these corrupt businessmen would resurface. Yes. Oh, and they wouldn't pay taxes. No, PNC don't take taxes from their friends. No, they wouldn't. So that's what you want? Then who am I to tell you you shouldn't have that? That's what you want, then you can have it. Go ahead. Be blessed. Enjoy. Like I said, the ghetto feels secure in poverty. And the only party that can guarantee you poverty is the PNC. Aubrey Norton is the Obia priest in chief. And yes, witchcraft brings poverty. Obia is very nasty. You think politics is nasty? Obia is more nasty. That thing is going to fuck your life up and keep you impoverished, in pain, in misery from generations to fucking generations. No wonder the ghetto is such a hell. It's the Obia. So you're voting for the right party to keep you there. PNC. Bless you, nigga. Vote for them. Go ahead. Have fun. Don't listen to Dr. Love Prasad. I'm your precious gift, but you don't want my... Okay, fine. Don't believe my message. No. To the rest of the Guyanese population, the 80% that wants to enjoy the happiness, the beauty, the sweet breeze, the aroma of success, the beauty of prosperity, the orgasm of wealth. My gosh, the elegance of higher learning, the seduction of free education, the stimulation of the Irfan Ali River Bridge, The sexiness of all those 4 lanes, marathon roads that you could keep driving and 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 talking. If you want all of that, believe my message when I tell you, Irfan Ali, Bharat Jagdir, and those noble men and ladies of the PPP have your back. Together, we will make that possible. We're on the road. Let's just keep going. I want you to collectively, I want all of you to collectively condemn the assault, the online assault, the scandal, the propaganda against the president's mother. Collectively condemn it. Okay? Anyway, it begins to rain. So that means the signal will be messed up. This is a good time for me to sign off. Until next time. Melissa Atwell, give Mohammed back his money.